Anyways, guys, there's an update. All right, just as I predicted, there's an update. So there was a conversation between Dede and Midday this morning, and there was also a conversation between Kola and Bright this morning. And from those two conversations, we got an update. However, it's still not very clear. It's still kind of vague, yeah? And you know what I mean? You know, the question on everybody's mind, on everybody's lips is, did Kola and Dede actually kiss? Was it just more than a peck? What exactly was it? I mean, I saw the pecks, several of them, a lot of it. I saw the intimacy, because that was a very, very intimate moment between those two, right? It was very intimate, you know, the hand holding, the beard stroking, the face touching. That was a very intimate moment. It takes two people that are very dear to each other to get to that level of intimacy. A lot of people think that intimacy is just about sex. They think it's only about kissing. No. Hands rubbing, hands holding, multiple pecks, and staring into each other's googly eyes. Guys, that is another level of intimacy. Yeah? So, yeah, the question on everybody's lips today is, did Kola and Dede actually kiss? So as I said, there's an update, but the update is still kind of vague, all right? So we're going to begin with Dede and Midday's conversation. So Dede was telling Midday all about it. And guys, on my previous video, I kept on saying mistakenly that Kola went to Dede's bed. No, it's actually the other way around. Dede went to Kola's bed. So from what she was explaining this morning to Midday, her friend, yes, it was all about the scary night that Big Brother actually made the housemates go through last night. Yeah, the whole scare thingy. Remember, it's a horror week, right? It's a Face Your Fears week, and Dede was kind of scared, but I think it actually went beyond that. Nah, that cannot just be the only excuse that made her go to Kola's bed, because she actually went to Kola's bed and she slept there till this morning when the alarm went off. Yep. She was in Kola's bed. Kola did not go to her bed. So I think the moment I realized it, that she was actually in Kola's bed, guys, my disappointment grew. I'm going to explain all of these things, all right? But let's continue. So in a conversation with Midday this morning, she was not specific, or maybe she was, the camera didn't show us, but she wasn't specific about if they kissed or not. But she mentioned that she slept in Kola's bed. And then she was saying that it's not a big deal. It's not that deep. There was nothing to it. That was what she kept on saying. Now, she said that it was a beautiful night. It was a very, very beautiful night. The same thing Kola was saying. She was saying it was a very, very beautiful night, that she just could not control it. She just could not help it. She just had to allow herself to go with the flow, that she just could not help it. And Midday was bringing in Koyin into the conversation, that Koyin was going to be very disappointed if he found out what exactly happened. And Dede was like, well, that it's not like it's anything serious, you know, that it's not going to change anything. So both of them were talking about what the situation will be now moving forward between herself and Kola and herself and Koyin. Midday was saying that it's going to make things weird, especially because Koyin is the one that makes her breakfast. And then there's now Kola, on the other hand, that she has slept in his bed and had shared a personal moment with. And Dede was like, that she understands it's going to be very weird, but yeah, it's not that deep. They're going to get through it. That was what she kept on saying. And then, as if a moment of realization hit her, she said that, wow, it's going to be a long week. Like, it's going to be a really long week. That she has a feeling that there's going to be an eruption very soon. And it feels like she's the one packing up the firewood that's going to burn this week. And I'm like, well, you put yourself in that game. So I would love to see how you handle it. Because, come on, Dede, you should have known better. You should have known better. And then they were talking about Jason J. Because remember, Kola is in the same room with Jason J. So whilst Jason J was doing stuff with Sultana in Sultana's bed, Kola and Dede, they were in Kola's bed doing whatever they were doing, ladies and gentlemen. Although the cameras did not really emphasize on what Kola and on what Jason J and Sultana were doing, right? It was more on what Kola and Dede were doing, right? Guys, hey, God. So the conversation moved on to Jason J. They were talking about the response he gave during the Truth or Dare game where, was it Thelma? Yes, Thelma had asked him what was going on between himself and Sultana. And he had responded quite hesitantly, but he had actually responded that, oh, they were just spending time together and they were getting to know each other. There's nothing much there. Of course, Sultana looked very, very uncomfortable because, ladies and gentlemen, those two, they've been doing the most beneath the sheets. They have been doing the most. They've not only kissed, they've been doing other things. Now, I don't know if they've actually had sex yet. I don't know, but they've been doing a whole lot. And this same Jason J is saying that, oh, when he goes out of the house, he's going to explain to his girlfriend. And I'm thinking, wait, hold on a second. So your girlfriend is going to watch you do all of these things in Big Brother's house, and you're going to come out and explain what exactly. You tell her, oh, it was a moment of weakness. I could not hold my body. I could not control myself. And then she will now open her arms and welcome you back and say, oh, my man is back. Now, these people are mad. Anyways, for Midday and Dede, they think Jason J was actually lying because there was a lot that they've been seeing Jason J doing. Yes, even Midday said it, that she, in particular, has been seeing and hearing sounds coming from Sultana's bed, especially when Jason J and Sultana are actually doing stuff. So him saying that, oh, they're just getting to know each other, they are just spending time together, nothing much, that's a lie. That is actually a lot those people have been doing. Anyways, the cameras moved away from them. But ladies and gentlemen, I would love to hear your thoughts because, you see, I was having a conversation with someone this morning and the person said, oh, but after all, they did not kiss. And I'm saying, no, it's not about if they even kissed or not. And that is for me personally. For me personally, I think it's about the fact that, in a way, Dede has reduced her steez. She has reduced the credibility of her game. I feel like by breaking her boundaries and allowing herself to get into Kola's bed, in fact, taking herself to Kola's bed and doing all what they both did last night, even before then, all the time that they will be touching hands, she'll put her head on his thighs and he will lean into her like he wants to kiss her, and her not outrightly cautioning him to stop all of those things that he's doing, but literally entertaining all of his advances. Ladies and gentlemen, for me personally, I feel like she has ultimately used her hand to sort of kill the mysteriousness of her game. Yes, when Dede got into the house, she was a very, very mysterious personality, very enigmatic, very mysterious. She was like a closed book that everybody was trying to open to read, but nobody could read her. If you all remember Koyin's diary session, the first diary session, the guy said that Dede is scary because no matter what she's thinking or feeling, you can never know. And that is because of the way she has this planted smile on her face. Even when she's in pain, she's smiling. You never know anything about Dede. So now, it's not like Dede has now opened up the doors to that mysteriousness that she's been covering. Like, oh, everybody come and see you. So now it's like, oh, even Kola too, that she knows fully well, has an unbridled tongue, basket mouth, without filter, allowing the guy to come into her space. Even though let's assume they did not kiss, but allowing him to peck her multiple times, to even touch her, to even rub her arms, to even be rubbing her hand, kissing her hand. Nah, they don't fall my hand. I will recover. There's no going back from this. They don't fall my hand. Big time. And I'm really disappointed. Because for me, it was all about the inaccessibility that she posed. That high wall. You can't pass. You shall not pass. You see that inaccessibility? The boundaries, how strict she was For me, that was the basis of our game, the foundation of our game. That one girl, the finest girl in the house, the prettiest face, blah, 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 that is really holding it down. No shaking, not giving in to anybody's pressure. That was what was really drawing a lot of people, viewers, housemates to her game. They wanted to see what was going to happen. And it's like she just buckled under pressure. For her, or maybe she's trying to play a strategy, or I'm sorry, but it's just completely watered down, you know, sort of watered down that elevatedness of her game. It's just, it's driving me crazy. Now, imagine if Big Soso hears of this. Big Soso is going to tell herself that she was actually right for calling Dede a slut, for calling her an ashewo, for saying that, oh, it's a lie, you did not have a boyfriend outside, all those nasty things she said. Big Soso is going to beat her chest and say she was actually right. But anyways, I don't know what you all think. Let me know in the comment section below. Now, moving on to Kola and Bright's conversation. Now, just as I predicted, Kola was giving Bright the full details of his experience with Dede from last night. And this guy was so happy. Kola looked like the cat that swallowed the bell. This guy looked so satisfied. You know, where a man has been carrying congee for the longest time. The man has been horny for the longest time, and then boom, last night, bah, he found his release and his bladders are now free of tension, and he's now like, it was one of the best nights of my life. You know how Kola has sleepy eyes? He was telling Bright, it was one of the best nights of my life. Like, he looked so content. And I was looking at this guy like, nigga, get that smirk off your face. The guy looked so content. He looked so fulfilled. Like, everything he had been pursuing since the past 1 month in Big Brother's house, he has finally achieved it. Like, he literally copped it last night in just a few hours. He was so happy. And Bright was so proud of him, you know, as the mentor. He was telling his mentee that, you see, I told you stop giving her attention. I told you stop chasing her. And at the right time, she will fall into your hands. And Kola was like, you're actually right, though. Because if you notice, I stopped chasing her that much. I stopped giving her attention that much. Even last night, during the game, where they say I should go and peck somebody, and I did not peck her. The thing really pained her, and she was telling me that that's one of the things that I do that pisses her off. I say, hey! Dede has disappointed the girls. Oh my goodness, she has disappointed us. Woo! I can't recover from this one anytime soon. Because guys, oh my goodness, you know, when guys, when they finally bed a girl, the way they sit down and dissect the whole matter, stroking their egos like, yes, they've actually won the lottery. That was exactly what Bright and Kola were doing. They were so happy about it. Now, in their conversation, Kola was not specific about if they kissed, but he was saying that, oh, it was a beautiful night, that he believes that now things are going to get where they're supposed to get. And Bright was telling him that he should continue what he's doing, you know, continue to be, you know, aloof, don't give her too much attention, that when the time is right, that it will happen. So they kept on saying, don't worry, very soon it will happen between both of you, it will happen. So when they kept on saying it will happen, I wasn't really sure if they were saying that, oh, the kiss will finally happen, or maybe they will finally have sex. Because remember, Bright and Midday, they've been doing it in the house. So maybe Bright has told Kola that, oh, he and Midday, they've been shagging. So maybe Kola too has been looking forward to shagging Dede. I don't know. Because he told Dede last night that he had been dreaming of kissing her over and over again, begging her for a kiss. So I don't know if the thing finally happened last night, yeah? So they were just having this conversation, and Kola was now saying that he just does not like the fact that Dede is really cool with Koyin and Jason J. Because for him, they are overing around like flies. And for him, it's looking like they might be the persons that would definitely destroy his plans. The plans he has for Dede, or whatever movement or whatever hopes he has for Dede, you know, like they are going to be the ones to destroy it. So he's not just happy about that whole situation. So Bright was like, why are you bothered about those ones? Now, she forget about those ones, that those ones are inconsequential. In fact, they were even calling Koyin a chihuahua. That one is just a chihuahua. That one is not even important. Forget about that one. That now you have the girl where you want her. So focus on that. I say, hey, interesting. Interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Kola Kola did not stop there. He had gone ahead to express his dislike for Jason J. According to him, the guy is not even all that great, that it's just because of his performance in the arena, and that is why people rate him. That on a normal day, nobody rates him. He's not all that. I say, man ego. Man ego talking. But anyways, the conversation switched to Bright and Miday's situation. Now, it turns out that there's probably been a conversation between Bright and Midday, probably about the seriousness of their relationship, and Kola was asking for feedback, and now from what they said, it looked like maybe Midday wanted Bright to choose her over his girlfriend outside. So Bright was explaining that, that he has not given her a response yet, because such a request or such a demand is not something he can just make a drastic decision over in this house. That it's not like Big Brother's house is not reality. It is, but it's not reality, but it cannot be compared to the reality of the outside world, So he doesn't want to make any drastic decisions yet. I said, okay, I'm looking forward to this one, because this is going to be very interesting. Now, there was also Thelma. Okay, before they moved on to Thelma, Bright had expressed that he loves it when Midday makes shakara for him, plays hard to get, because if she doesn't do all of those things, the relationship is going to be boring. He's not going to enjoy it. So sometimes he deliberately triggers her just to draw reactions from her, because that is what really spices up their relationship. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be frank with all of you. The number of times when Bright has triggered Midday into getting a reaction from her, they end up doing stuff that night. Yeah, at least I know about 2 occasions. They end up doing stuff beneath the sheets. So it's now making me wonder that, is it that Bright actually finds his relationship with Midday like completely boring? So when he wants to get an excitement, he does things that makes her go crazy. She'll come back crying and begging and whatnot. And then he'll now, Could it be that he just wants intimacy? He just wants someone that's going to be keeping his mandingo warm at night. Because that is what it looks like. I mean, somebody tell me otherwise. If you think otherwise, go ahead and let me know. But that is what it looks like. Every time they have a quarrel, that night, there's going to be like makeup kissing or makeup something, makeup touching, makeup whatever. I don't know. But anyways, Bright also spoke about, what's her name now? Thelma. And he revealed that Thelma was the first girl he spoke to in the house. But at that time, he already told her that he was attracted to Midday. Thelma had mentioned that she was attracted to him, Bright, to Ortega, and to Kola himself. Yes. But then the reason why she's not jumping into any ship in the house yet is because she's talking to someone outside the house. So she doesn't want to be talking to someone in here so as not to give a wrong impression to the person outside, which I feel is a bloody lie. Because ladies and gentlemen, there was someone that was giving a proper detailed description of how they had caught Thelma and Ortega kissing behind the staircase. This was before Ortega got evicted. If you all recall that night, I think it was the night before Ortega got evicted, where he and Thelma, they were helping each other to massage their shoulders. Ladies and gentlemen, there was a lot of tension between those 2 people that night. So this person, it was the next morning, the person was actually giving that description that he had actually seen them. He wasn't sure what he was seeing, but he had gone closer and he had seen both of them kissing. So Thelma coming to come and act goody two shoes and make it look like, oh, she did not do anything in the house. So because she has somebody she's talking to outside, I say, okay, we'll find out. Okay, we'll find out. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to stop talking here right now because this is where the conversations ended. Yes, for me, I'm just going to keep an eye on these people. I want to see how the relationship between Kola and Dede is going to continue from here. Because now they've entered new territories. They're no longer fighting around Dede's territory now. They are now in new territories. All the boundaries are broken. Is Dede now going to start acting like Kola's girlfriend in the house? Or is she going to be shunning him? Or is she going to piss him off to the point that he's going to go on another media round to tell everybody about how she led him on, she came to his bed, she allowed him to peck her, blah, blah, blah. What is it going to be from here onwards? That is what I'm actually curious about now. Dede has fucked up Kola has won. But question is, what is the way forward? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye.